Welcome to another episode of Hard Factor, presented by the Barstool News Network. It is What the Fuck Wednesday, April 8th, 2020. And this is going to be a wild one always because the Hardo Hive, the listeners, have submitted so many crazy stories, but also because this morning we had our craziest interview. Well, I don't know, craziest, but
definitely.
The most,
oh, yeah, it was.
The most, sure. I felt like I was on acid when we were doing it. So
you felt really like you were in on like some crime, just some crazy shit.
During the interview, I almost had a panic attack. There was times where I was super excited. I almost fell asleep once. Like, it was wild.
Yeah.
This is a former presidential candidate. This is a former presidential candidate who or actually current, I think. I don't know. Hard to tell there. Current?
Yeah. I think it's pretty clear to tell. That,
he said he was running. Yeah, he said he was running, even though he can't come back to the U.S. His first day in the U.S. back would be Inauguration Day if he won.
Right.
That's right.
Running.
He would pardon himself.
Right after he said he didn't have a platform and didn't want to be president. But he's running.
Exactly, but
He's
still running.
From the law.
So if you didn't know who that was yet, just stay tuned all week. You're going to see that interview eventually, and you're going to enjoy it. Yeah. But, guys, this is our number 4, What the Fuck Wednesday in Corona Lockdown. I mean, how we feeling? You guys feeling okay at your houses? Feeling
good?
Feeling the burn yet?
Hey, I feel great. I got the T-shirt. It looks fucking fantastic.
It really does. The lockdown turn-up T-shirt looks really good.
The lettering is raised up. It's a really high quality shirt. Some of the shirts don't. The lettering isn't raised up. You can't feel it. This is one of those that's you got what you paid for sure.
It's like the Christmas sweater lettering.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yep.
It looks like you're at an 80s party.
I know.
Yeah, you look. I'm very jealous of your look right now. Yeah.
It's my new favorite shirt, without a doubt.
Remember to go get those there for charity. All your proceeds from that shirt go to Meals on Wheels and more to get them designated so that they can give people food in the coronavirus lockdown. All right. We got tons of crazy stories, like I said, on tap. The order today is Wes, Will, Mark, and Pat. So, Wes, get us going.
All right. Well, as we've been covering, Wisconsin went ahead and they officially held their primary yesterday. And I have a little something written about the interview we did too. Just make sure that you go watch the documentary Gringo on Showtime before this interview drops.
Right.
Because it will make it a lot more entertaining. You'll know exactly who you're dealing with or allegedly you're dealing with. And that's all I guess we need to say.
We've also already posted online, so we could say the name if you don't.
Oh, okay.
We could also keep it a secret.
Yeah.
No. Well, if you're gonna say Gringo, you have to say the name because there's a movie called Gringo that came out last year.
Right.
So
yes. Yeah. Okay. So the John McAfee documentary,
Yes.
Gringo on Showtime. You can get it for 30 days free trial if you have online streaming. Go check it out. Make sure to put in your calendar to cancel that if you don't want to keep it.
I'm going to recommend you pay really special attention to 48 minutes to 53 minutes in to the movie. It's somewhere in that range. I want you to pay real special attention to it because it's going to come up in the interview.
Oh, right. Yep.
Yeah.
That's an important part of the movie. I glossed over it and was told about it later, and I wished I hadn't glossed over it.
Yeah, you definitely You mean you left the room?
Yeah, I must have left the room.
The stuff they're talking about is not gloss overable.
Yeah, it's not glossable. Anyway, so with that said, we do not know how the Wisconsin primary turned out because we recorded the interview. We're recording a little earlier. I'm going to take a guess and say that Biden slaughtered Sanders as predicted. But the pictures from the turnout, or what we're going to talk about, are just insane they're just as insane as you might think they are. After weeks and weeks and weeks of being locked up, lockdown turning up, no restaurants open, our freedoms being deprived, for the good of the nation, social distancing, Fauci, Birx, the CDC, the president, everyone telling us to stay the fuck away from each other. West Virginia delayed their fucking primary, but not Wisconsin. Those fucking assholes disregarded everything, and you should see it, guys. Have you seen the pictures of this fucking atrocity? Yeah.
Lines of old people, like every voting.
I saw zero masks in the lines.
I saw a few masks, but Will's right. I
saw a couple masks. I mean,
yeah. They lined up right next to each other. Half of them because they missed other people probably, and it was illegal to come out and do this. And the level of prickmanship that was displayed by the people in charge in Wisconsin is quite frankly impressive, that they let this thing go on.
Incredible.
It's impolite.
The mask thing, too, is bothersome. Like, have you guys noticed? Okay, we're going to talk about more places with people out, but we talked about China yesterday, and because they're out of lockdown now. Wisconsin's in the lines for voting, and now we'll talk about somebody next. But have you noticed that people with masks still take them down? Like, they put them below, like on their chin?
Right. Oh, yeah.
Like, they don't even wear it over their nose and mouth. It's crazy.
Should I shave my beard and like trim it? I feel like
Yes.
I probably should. Trim
I mean, eventually, when you have to wear a mask, yeah.
it. Yeah,
I've
I don't
literally-
really leave the house, but
I've not seen anyone with a mask in person.
You
I
haven't
have.
seen anybody with a mask?
I mean, the only places that I've gone in the last month, literally, are to the corner store and back. That's it.
Yeah, people don't wear masks at corner stores. But if you
No.
go to like
That's pretty much it. I
grocery
run out of
store-
cigarettes. Did I run out of wine? Go get those things.
right,
Come back.
Right.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, the 7-Eleven, I haven't been to a few more varieties of retail in that time frame. The 7-Eleven has the least precautions taken. Not by the staff. The staff takes extreme precautions.
That's a good
but
point.
The patrons take no precautions.
I walked into the 7-Eleven by my house today, and the staff was wearing masks, but some woman walked in and she was basically almost gave birth in the 7-Eleven. No
Oh, yeah.
gloves, no gloves, no mask.
People are
Yeah.
licking the handles
Right.
on the. I mean, it's crazy.
Was she
With the
pregnant?
7-Eleven.
She was very pregnant, Pat. Otherwise, she wouldn't have been. Yeah, she was pregnant. Yeah.
I don't know how that stuff works.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, they basically just said, fuck you, nation. We're not with you guys. We're gonna go do our own thing. Deal with it. These motherfuckers basically held a bunch of like slow parades in different parts of the state, while the rest of us are keeping 10 feet away from each other and not going out at all because we'll be fined. But from the New York Post, official state figures showed that of 1,282,000 ballots requested, 1,273,000 were sent out, so just 9,000 short of people that requested them, I guess. And voters returned, pretty good. And voters returned 864, almost 865,000 ballots by yesterday morning. So not a bad turnout, I gotta say.
Yeah.
And Republicans did this thing. Remember that. Even though it was the Democratic primary, got to be fair, Republicans, they could have extended the absentee ballot times to submit, to make things so you didn't have to go to the polls. Maybe they could have just delayed the whole fucking thing altogether. But they wanted that judge on the Supreme Court, as we covered. So they said, fuck you. And now every death that comes out of Wisconsin will be on their hands. I mean,
what's
Every
amazing?
single one.
Yeah, if
Even
you-
the 60 before.
Even the ones before you.
All of them.
yeah.
It's amazing to think about
Damn.
that safety in voting, like being safe while voting, hasn't been an issue since Jim Crow era laws. But these guys push this shit forward. It's like
Yeah.
you can't have a situation where people are not safe when they're voting.
That's a very much less dangerous
Oh,
situation today than
absolutely,
back
very,
then.
very
Yeah,
less.
but-
I totally agree. Way less dangerous. But it's just like it's fundamental in democracy. You can't have a situation where someone feels like their life is in danger if they're going to vote, because
Yeah.
that means you don't have a true race. You don't have a true election.
Well, it does sound like everyone but 9,000 people had an option to mail in. Is that what you
Yeah,
said?
it does sound like you could have gotten.
Yeah.
Only 9,000 people actually got fucked here.
right.
Yeah.
But there were people I guarantee that went to the polls.
Oh,
that
tons of people.
didn't want it.
Well, right,
yeah.
people who weren't aware of the early voting possibility, but
Right,
people who were
they're
paying
old,
attention
yeah.
and ordered their things. Only 9,000 of them missed out on the thing. It looks like.
Right.
So it's a mixed bag. Sounds like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, well, it's fucked up, So and in,
Right. Going forward with it, saying to somebody, "Hey, go out in public when we told you not to." That's crazy.
I mean, everyone else is doing the exact opposite of what they're fucking doing, so it's bullshit. And in Florida, it's no better. This one comes to us from O'Malley, and hey, check out her pod, the Woe Man pod. She hosts with Ann McCarthy, who is funny in her own respect, and also Large's wife. So shout out to them. So in Hialeah, Florida, people were also gathering in droves for a government-initiated event, and that was to get the ball rolling on collecting unemployment. So we already have a record number of Americans claiming unemployment. I think it's like 1,000 times the previous record or something. Like 6.6 million people filed last week alone. But it's huge. But the reason people were out in droves in Hialeah was because the forms were not accessible online due to
no.
due to an error, or or people, didn't have internet, or they didn't have like printers or ink cartridges.
How did they not like send out a message here and be like, you know what?
They sent the thing that's fucked up, Will, is they sent out a message saying, "Come and get them. We got
no.
We got the forms. Here's when we're going to be handing them out. Come and get them."
It's a failure of government.
Yeah.
They don't have the system to reach the people. That's what's going on there.
Holy shit! That's like chumming. That's like they chum the waters.
Yes,
do
they
the
chum
mayor
the waters.
text thing where you
chum
text
the
it.
waters in Florida.
Yep. They said, you want that unemployment, you got to come out and just get together.
fuck.
Wow.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
What if
Wow.
it's social engineering and they're trying to kill the leechers, man?
And that's
Yeah.
an accident, but that's even worse because that was a mob in that time.
How are those lines? How are those lines?
Yeah,
Shoulder to
an
shoulder.
unemployed line of people who are potentially ill
Yes.
or contracting a life-threatening disease. That's a fun line.
That's
Yeah.
just
Video-
that's just mean-spirited.
Yeah,
Right.
the video's crazy. They're packed tight.
Oh, yeah, they're packed tight. Like, well,
No one met their husband or wife in that line. I guarantee it.
I bet you a few people did. They're like, well, why? They didn't even remember why all these people were here in the first place, and it's because of shit like this that they're there. And they fucking organized it. So that's out of Florida, and this is just gonna keep going on. It's. I was at the dog park the other day, as we talked about. People were just out there, just
Oh, Wesley.
petting dogs.
Guess what? Today, the city of Austin shut down all parks, all greeneries. No one can go to the parks anymore. You will
no.
You will get a ticket if you walk your dog in a park, even
Thank
if you're
you.
nowhere near anyone. Yeah.
Thank you for telling me that, because I.
Yep.
Yep.
That
You
happened
would have
today.
definitely got a ticket.
I would have gotten a ticket. Okay.
I went to a park today for the first time since I moved to Austin.
Well, it's the last time you're going.
Oh, I saw your tweet, Pat. You said that you were very relieved. No wonder, because there was nobody on the streets.
Yeah,
So you had a very
because it was
peaceful
illegal
walk.
today. Austin
You know
closed
what?
all parks, trails, and green spaces.
A buddy of mine brought something up to me after I tweeted. I went on a walk and I felt good. And I don't know about you guys. Don't know this about me, but I was at one time an avid cyclist. That's how I got around. Mostly, it's how I got my exercise.
That's
Haven't
right.
done it in a
I
while.
forgot about that.
Bicyclists?
Yeah, for
Yeah.
about
Bicycles.
3
When you-
years I didn't have a car. I just bicycled.
Remember, he had a fixed gear bike.
I remember.
Yeah, man. Yeah, my skinny jeans. But I kind of stopped bicycling because like once you get older than 30, things get very scary out there. I can't explain it. It just happens. But my buddy brought it up to me. He goes, "It's a perfect time to ride your bike because no one's on the road." And I was like, "That's a fucking awesome idea." So I'm gonna get the old stallion out tomorrow, the white stallion. Gonna get
There
it
you
out
go.
tomorrow.
Nice.
Just biking
can't-
10 feet away from everybody else.
Yeah,
from
but you
everybody's mouth.
have to bike it on roads though. You can't go on a trail.
Yeah,
Can't-
man.
no
I was
pleasure.
never a trail guy. I'm a road
Yeah.
guy.
Cool.
Road guy.
Yeah.
Road rash. That's what they called him.
That's what. Yep. One guy did. I got in an accident with him. That's why.
Nice.
All right. Let's move it on to another situation in America where we have the government, kind of like saying one thing and then getting another result because their policies suck. Kind of like Wes's last story. This one comes from Charles. Hard Hive member Charles, always submitting good ones. And the story comes out of Dallas, Texas, the home of the Cowboys, that giant green building that you see, and that's how you recognize the skyline when it's on TV.
Debbie's
Then,
from there too.
what's the name of that building?
No, just Debbie.
Debbie. Oh, Debbie. Yes, Debbie, who did Dallas.
The whole thing.
And then also Prestige Ameritech, the maker of the most surgical masks in the United States of any company. So not surgical masks in the world. That's just the biggest surgical mask manufacturer in the United States.
Well, I'm guessing they don't make them in Dallas. Dallas is more of
Oh,
a.
they make them. No, that's where the factory's at.
You sure?
Yep, positive.
They don't
It
like
is
to
in
get their
Dallas.
hands dirty in Dallas.
It is in Dallas, and this is the problem, Pat. The owner, Mike Bowen, he wants to be able to run his factory 24/7 right now. Of course, during the pandemic, when the supply is, 200 times, the demand is 200 times what the supply is. But he can't without risking ruining his business financially because of the temporary workers that he'd have to hire and then eventually definitely fire and have to get them back on unemployment as soon as the pandemic ends because nobody will buy from him after the pandemic ends. Everybody will go back to buying from China, which the masks are like half the price.
Right.
So he can't do it. It's happened before. It happened during H1N1 or SARS or something like that, where he tried to do this ramp up, and then it ended up financially shuttering him for a while because of just the way that the American economy works.
I think this time people might buy U.S. masks over China masks. Just a hunch. Not everybody. Not everybody, but I have a feeling They're at least going to say that they bought it from the U.S. even if they
Mark, are
didn't.
you trying to say
Right.
that you have faith that our population's going to grow as people and make decisions that are better for us and the country after this whole ordeal, or are they going to go right back to buying from
short
China?
term, if some of them, Pat.
No, dude, I'm telling you, it's a fucking line at a music festival for porta potties. Like, as you're waiting to get in that fucking porta potty, you're like, God, I hate who is in that motherfucker. They need to hurry up. Then you get in that porta potty, no one's looking. You take your time. You take your time. As soon as this is over, right back to China.
absolutely.
I kind of get that analogy.
Except I get the fuck out of porta potties as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
But
Pat's sniffing around. Oh,
A little bit of respite.
that guy had a corn dog.
A little bit of respite. You take some time to yourself. Do you breathing exercises?
Some people can't rush a shit, so I can understand.
I don't shit in a porta potty. Well, I'm not a fucking psychopath.
Oh, you're not. You're peeing. You're taking your time peeing in a porta potty.
It's my time.
Texting.
All right. But Mike Bowen, okay, guys, back to this factory that makes masks in Dallas. Mike Bowen, the owner, he's been saying that. Look, he's been warning that you can't rely on foreign countries to supply vital goods for the United States. And this is his quote: "I've been preaching this American-made story since 2007. Nobody listened. The whole mass market was only interested in price. I've been everywhere trying to get people to listen. I've talked to congressmen. I've talked to generals. I've written the president. I wrote President Obama 5 or 6 letters, and he sent me a presidential proclamation suitable for framing." But unfortunately, the letter doesn't help guarantee Bowen that he'll be able to keep selling masks at the volume he needs to after the pandemic if he has to scale up and hire more people to run 24/7. And why, you ask? Well, you guys were kind of asking earlier. It's because government contracts in the United States allow for supply chains to originate outside of America more and more in almost every type of contract. So you got telephone agents, computer programmers, also medical supplies, and a whole lot more that's allowed to be procured by government contract vehicles through third-party vendors. Because, why? It's cheaper, right? So it's cheaper to pay somebody in a different country, in this case maybe China, to get you something than here.
Was this guy on a government contract, or he's just complaining because he's in the mass business?
He's saying he can't get government contracts anymore, or compared to other vendors, because his price is too high. So say there's a vendor, right? It's an American vendor, because usually these contracts have to go to an American company, right?
yeah.
But there's ABC masks, right? And they get their masks for the government at 4 cents a piece. Well, that's because they get them all from China for 2 cents a piece, and then they charge government 4 cents a piece.
They're a middleman. That's it.
Right. Whereas Bowen makes these here in America, in Dallas, in Texas, of all places, and he can't get, sell his contract for 5 cents a piece because the government, they want the good price.
It's an importer. It's an importer versus a manufacturer, basically.
Mm-hmm.
But he's just in the dumbest fucking business of all time, because
is it dumb though? Is it dumb though? Because what about when a pandemic hits and you need to make your own mask?
Well, my point is masks, right? Something that should not be price gouged, something that should not be affected by supply and demand, should be made exclusively by the government. It shouldn't even be a fucking government contract, or if it's a government contract, it should be reworked immediately.
Wow, that's depend. Yeah, I mean that point of view is your point of view.
Well, I'm just saying, because what are you going to do?
Nationalized mask program.
What's the out?
I don't think everyone agrees with the nationalized mask program.
What's the out for him?
He makes it would be for everything. He's saying I think Pat's getting at like the Medicare for all, and then not only that, but expand it beyond that.
I dare you to call McAfee back and tell him that fucking program.
Point being, look, you don't want to pay a fuck ton of money for a mask. You don't want mask price gouging. This guy's sitting here, like, if this guy fucking made 25% extra masks per month, right, and he was sitting on a stockpile, then like what? He could fucking price gouge. He took the time, he expended his resources to make more than he could sell, so he could wait for a time where the demand was high.
Yeah, but Pat,
that's
I want to be able to choose my mask. Like, I don't trust the federal government to make a good mask. Like, I'm sorry, like.
Yeah, they would probably suck. I bet this Ameritech Prestige makes good masks.
Exactly.
I bet they'd make a serviceable mask, guys.
Okay. Well,
if it's good enough for the U.S. Army.
3M makes good masks.
Well, I mean, Pat, you make a good point. In contracting in America, though, you have a desire there for the nationalized system. It's probably not on the way anytime soon, and so because of that, contracting in America is tough because, like I was saying, Americans are more expensive than basically anybody else. But on the flip side of that, it'd be nice if we could rely on ourselves in times of need like this. But this, to me, is akin to like campaign finance reform or CEO pay limits, something like that. It's something where everybody knows there's a problem, but it's too good of a thing for our economy, for Wall Street. These policies, I don't think that they will really change anytime soon.
It's Bezos' fault, honestly, if you want to blame anyone.
Well, he's the most in the middle of this problem. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, at a grand scale, very high level.
Hey,
yeah.
Bezos, ship me some fucking toilet paper. You know what I mean?
But, I mean, it's not him. He's just a businessman taking advantage of the situation.
Well,
it's the world market.
Well, then who canceled my toilet paper if it wasn't
That's
Bezos?
a good question.
It was Bezos.
It was Bezos.
It was Bezos.
He knows that you cash
Now-
in your bonus, then quit. And
Now
he's
I got to
mad
go
at
in the
you.
backyard and cover my nuts. You know what I mean? Thanks,
Throwback.
Bezos.
Yeah, you did.
Yesterday's show.
All right, but that's it. Basically, that was just big government, or
Yeah.
well, actually, in this case, small government, and weird, and government that is buying foreign goods. Government that's sending its money straight to other people.
It's dumb government, Will. It's not big, it's not small, it's just dumb.
There you go. That's
Okay.
good. I like that one. Pat.
Okay. All right, guys. This one comes from a longtime listener, Sam W. Guess what, guys? They killed another Kennedy.
Oh God, still killing Kennedy.
Now? They did that now?
Yeah, I'm just kidding. Just trying to pique the interest of conspiracy theorists. This is actually a really sad one, guys, so brace yourselves.
You're kidding that the Kennedy didn't die, or
Well, this Kennedy might not have been, like, killed in a conspiracy.
So they did. They did kill a Kennedy.
We're going to get into it. Maryland police have found the body of Maeve Kennedy Townsend McCain, who 4 days ago, or 4 days as of April 2nd, was missing for 4 days. She went out on her canoe and she disappeared in the Chesapeake Bay in Maryland, which we're all familiar with the Chesapeake Bay here.
Yeah.
She is the granddaughter of Robert F. Kennedy. Police and members of the Charles County Dive and Rescue recovered Maeve McCain's body in 25 feet of water about 2.5 miles south of her mother's Shadyside house, Maryland residence, like probably a nice residence there. Even more tragic, though, was Maeve's 8-year-old son, Gideon, was with her, and it appears like they were canoeing to retrieve a missing ball that like fell out of the yard into the water. And strong winds, all they want to do is get the ball, it looks like, and strong winds prevented them from paddling back. So the Kennedy...
Oh, no, and then they capsized?
Well, they just couldn't, maybe, but they just couldn't get back. They weren't like going out for a canoe ride. They were just trying to get the ball, go back to the yard and play. So the Kennedy curse, as they call it, is still in effect.
Jesus.
And this might be the worst one yet because they're obviously not very... they don't think they're going to find the 8-year-old alive 5 days later.
No.
It's been deemed a recovery mission at this point, which is
That's
terrible.
Fucking terrible, man.
pretty bad. Yeah. Go ahead.
Thanks, Sam.
Yeah.
Oh, no, yeah, we could take it to the internet real quick. It turns out that my parents are friends with Maeve, and he sent me this email to me and my sisters right after. He said, "Kids, life can be short for some. We just learned that our friend Maeve and her son drowned in a boating accident yesterday. She was such a sweet and wonderful person. Not long ago, we gave her a ride home from an event we attended together. This is so very sad. You all would have really liked her and her political manner. Be safe. Love you all." So, well liked, well liked woman.
Yeah.
Obviously, at least by my parents, I'm sure by many more in their circles.
A lot of Kennedys are well liked. Maeve served as the executive director of the Georgetown University Global Health Initiative, a place we're very familiar with, Georgetown University. She was John F. Kennedy Jr.'s grand niece. She is survived by her husband, David McCain, and their 7-year-old daughter and 2-year-old son. So yeah, it just goes to show you tragedy can befall everyone, right? Like Will's dad was hinting out there. Just look at the fucking Kennedys, from small plane crashes to big plane crashes, skiing accidents, overdoses, assassinations, and now a canoe disappearance. Be grateful for what you have,
especially
right?
for the
Yeah.
kid. Her and the kid. That's terrible.
It's terrible.
Tragedy.
be grateful for what you have. Lockdown, turn up with your loved ones if and when you can. And I mean, I'm sorry, guys. It's a story about the Kennedys. What did you expect? Did you expect it to end well? It's about the Kennedys.
No,
Mark,
it's there. It's tragic every time.
It's good.
Kennedys are in the news. Okay, great.
It's good in one respect. The people that die the day before they die, they have no idea they're going to die. It just happens, right? So
unless you're a Kennedy,
yes. Well, this is fucking terrible. I think the point is hug your loved ones, right? Hug your loved ones.
Yes,
absolutely.
Live it up.
Yes.
Count your blessings.
Right.
Yes.
Here's another fun one, guys. What the fuck? It's a What the Fuck Wednesday. You pick the stories, you fucking assholes. This one is from Heart O' Hive member Andrew Churchill. So Andrew's from the UK, right?
No. This is a different Andrew. I think
That's
it's
Parker.
Andrew.
Andrew Parker.
me.
From
But
the
did you
UK.
say his last name's Churchill? I mean, probably from the UK.
Yeah, I know,
as well.
right? It's a pretty UK name.
Sounds-
See how I
sounds
could get
British.
confused?
I think he's American.
So, guys, it's just about every day that I look up to the sky and I thank God that I got out of New Jersey before I graduated the chain around my neck from silver to gold. Could have been a totally different path. They start you on a silver, then you go to a gold, then a double gold.
It's like a Boy Scouts badge.
Eventually, you hit the platinum.
It's like
Yep.
we blow to Boy Scout to Eagle Scout.
I also think the link style has a bit to play there. You might have different link styles in each medal.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, a fatter link as you get older. It also people don't know this, but it directly affects how much chest hair you have. Anyway, guys, all hell is broken loose in the state's capital of Trenton, New Jersey, with multiple shootings in the span of 4 hours on Sunday evening. A lot of shootings. Shit's really popping off there. The first shooting kicked off at 5 p.m. With several suspects approaching a large gathering of people at a basketball court and then firing 40 shots at them. It's unclear whether this was some sort of vigilante group trying to enforce New Jersey's stay-at-home order because it was a large gathering, but my gut tells me probably just plain old gang violence.
40
Shooting
shots.
1.
I think you're right.
40.
Pat.
Shooting 2. 2 hours later, a group of people had gathered to watch another sporting event, a Trenton street fight. It's a time-honored tradition. But
That's
the good
something
time,
you should do during the coronavirus.
Yep. You hear that one guy or one gal has beef with another guy or another gal, and they take it to the streets. Bare-knuckle boxing is what we called it growing up. Anyway, Trenton street fight was going on. Good times were had until the good times got broken up when a suspect randomly approached a woman standing on the sidewalk enjoying the fight and shot her in the head.
Jesus Christ.
Just shot her right in the head there.
Okay.
No warning.
That's just, I don't know what that is. That's nuts.
Uh-huh.
That sounds targeted.
Yep, that victim remains in critical condition. Fast forward another 2 hours, 2 hour increments here, guys. When another group of people, no one's honoring the stay-at-home order here. Another group of people were hanging out, enjoying themselves on the street corner when a vehicle rolled down the street and opened fire on the group, drive-by style. 3 people were injured. 1 struck in the hand, a second struck in the leg, and a third victim struck in the head. Did not die.
Wow.
Yeah. All in all, 2 people killed, 5
how
wounded.
Are this many people outside to be in these shootings?
Also, what are they, bulletproof? Like, all these people are surviving a shot to the head? Like,
Yeah, the woman in the head didn't die.
No, I know. It happens more often than you think. It's fucked up. What's going on in Trenton? That's the big question here, guys. I would say that it's pent-up energy from being cooped up, but it doesn't sound like anyone in Trenton is staying indoors. So why the sudden onslaught of violence? I don't know. What do you guys think?
well, this is
Coronavirus.
this is just another reason to stay inside, right?
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
Right, and that's what you have to do legally because the shootings have led to the city banning the use of both ATVs and staying out past 8.
yeah.
Why are ATVs involved in that?
Have you guys ever seen the documentary 12 O'Clock Boys?
No.
So essentially, in some of these inner cities in the north, ATV and dirt bike gangs are
I've
the
seen
thing.
I've seen them in rap.
So-
and I've seen in some rap videos. They like that. They're on their ATVs. But
Right, that's the idea.
okay, gotcha.
So Pat, this might be like too aggressive, but if a global pandemic isn't going to keep you inside and getting shot at's not going to keep you inside, what's going to keep you inside?
Not laws.
Yeah.
Nope, that's true. I don't know, man. I don't fucking know. It's really on you a little. I'm not gonna say it. I was gonna say it's on you a little bit if you're a bystander of a shooting during a stay-at-home warning and the bullet doesn't hit you in your house. You know what I mean?
Well,
it's like,
no, I mean
shouldn't have
that's
been outside.
I was saying the same thing. Essentially, like, how are there that many people on the street? Like, they need to be at home following the rules. And if you were correct, you wouldn't have been struck by.
It's goddamn right, Will. So no ATVs. Mandatory 8 p.m. curfew, which means if you're not working, you must be inside by 8 o'clock. And before you guys ask, I checked, and HITA is not an occupation that allows for an exemption there. So if you're working, you could stay up past 8, but if you're a HITA, does not apply there. Let's take it to the internet.
What's a HITA?
What's a HITA? Mark, what's a HITA?
I don't know. I was hoping you didn't ask me.
Oh, that 21 Savage song you love. It's a gun boy. It's a trigger man.
Yeah,
it's a murderer.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Oh,
He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 M's in his bank account, and he's got 20. He's got 20 hitters ready to hit you up, shoot you up.
You know I'm deeply entrenched in the hip hop community.
Yeah.
Let's take it to the internet, guys. John Omblinger says, "I don't need a mandatory curfew to tell me to stay off the streets in Trenton at night." Burn. Michael Walsh says, you live in South Carolina. Why would you need to be on a street in Trenton, New Jersey? John Olbringer tweets back that meme of that little girl with weird teeth looking back at Michael Walsh. Michael Walsh says, John Olbringer, good answer. I can see why you moved to South Carolina. Seems you did a little digging. More your intellectual speed down there, I guess? Huh? To which John Olbringer says, Michael Walsh, one look at your page explained everything. Have a great day. To which John Olbringer says, Michael Walsh, sounds good. Thanks. It's not done there. Michael Walsh comes back and says, John Olbringer, oh, I will. I can handle the truth. Unlike some people, keep drinking the Kool-Aid, John. So,
wow. What an exchange. That was a stressful hour for both of those guys waiting for the other one to respond.
Is he going to respond? You got your response lined up? God, I hope he responds.
Yeah.
Because I went through his profile.
Well, here's what we'll do. I'll go back in and start egging him on because it seems like the convo.
I like how like the guy who was in the town, like, so that was somebody in Jersey like making fun of South Carolina in that moment. Mm-hmm. It's like
no. That was a situation where like it's kind of like the racist thing a little bit, where it's like, oh, I know I don't need an order to tell me stay out of the streets of Trenton. Like, Trenton's terrible. It's a guy shitting on Trenton who's not in Trenton.
And
it's like
the guy sitting
it's a
there
Baltimore joke.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Got it.
Oh, I see. So it's like, that's like when somebody from Alabama is like, well, you don't live here, so.
Yes, but it's usually racial. There's a racial undertone to it a lot of times.
Yeah, very racial.
You don't mow another man's lawn. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like one step away from the guy being like, those animals. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
And they don't live in. They don't even have any frame of reference because they don't live there. Yeah, it's not cool.
Yeah. One last one, guys. Patricia Young says, why is the virus not attacking these savages and instead of innocent people? Which is a great point. I hope that maybe when the virus comes back, it'll attack bad people first. But
Mark, I thought that it was supposed to.
Oh well, yeah. Didn't we? I think it's Oxford that
no one got the April Fool's joke, guys.
No, yeah. The cat's already had a bag. You already said it was bullshit.
Yeah, no one.
We went too subtle.
No one called me out on that. So either they didn't think it was funny or they believed it. I don't know.
No, we went too subtle, man. I'm telling you, we should have. What was the original idea?
We were gonna say that like Jeff Lowe got arrested for murder from Tiger.
Yeah.
Right.
King,
Yes.
We're gonna accuse someone of a crime. Or something.
No. Joe Exotic got killed in prison by a man named Tiger.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah, that would have been a good joke, but I don't know.
fake
We don't
study
know
was
the
better.
legal ramifications of April Fools. If anybody's a lawyer out there, please let us know.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do it. We'll keep come up with them every once a year. All right, guys. Not a fun one from PFitz11B. Thanks for this, PFitz11B.
Are we
Guys,
rolling 3 not funs in a row here?
yeah. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Well, this is kind of an old one, but I went with it just because there's an update, which is happy. So, guys, the violence against people with corona, claiming to have corona, suspected of having corona, continues. This one comes from Midland, Texas, where a man is being charged with stabbing a Chinese family. So 3 humans, including their children, ages 2 and 6, because he said he thought they were Chinese people who had coronavirus and were spreading it around.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Now, this story is actually a couple weeks old, which is, good because there's a follow-up. But fuck this guy, 19-year-old Jose Gomez has been charged with 3 counts of attempted capital murder. Luckily, an armed off-duty Border Patrol agent was shopping at Sam's for some toilet paper when the attack happened and stepped in, drew his gun, and the man dropped the knife and was detained until police could arrive. Follow-up to this story is all 3 victims have since been released from the hospital. 2 were in critical condition, 1 serious. So they're home, so happy ending there.
What do you guys think about that? Do you think that that's like just such extreme racism that this dude could stab a whole family, or is it just like he was on drugs?
He's on drugs.
Let's talk about Midland for a second, though.
Massive fear.
All the above. All the above.
Yeah.
A little bit
Midland
of mental
is
health issues,
very
racism,
racist, yeah.
drugs,
fear.
all the above.
It's an oil boom town, right? Where like Midland's the type of place right now, or like before the fucking coronavirus, that a 2-bedroom house, right, should be renting for like, let's say $1,500 a month. In Midland, it's renting for $5 because every single person that's there is there to work in the fields, the oil fields. It brings in a lot of out there
it's a transient town. Yeah,
exactly.
It's a real Trenton.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool it, Mark.
Yeah.
Cities are off the list of
Yep.
appropriate.
Well,
Well,
bad,
technically,
They'll drive to us.
Trenton's major news cycle is Philadelphia.
They're here. And then in Massachusetts, another spitting on food incident unfolded as a man was tackled by shoppers at a Stop and Shop in Kingston, Massachusetts. The shoppers did not take kindly to the man ruining their bananas and broccoli or whatever he was spitting on, so they took him down. What I found interesting about this whole thing is I wrote a blog about it. You can check out. Is that this 65-year-old man, people were on top of him, tackling him like you see in other instances like this. But there was a fucking robot wandering around the store that you can see in the fucking video, and it caught my attention. And I was like, "Yeah, is that a fucking robot?
Like a robot?
It's a giant robot. The thing's like 6 feet tall. It looks like it's a person-sized robot.
It's the shelf stacking robot.
Yeah.
Right?
Well,
it's
it has
the one
2
that
feet?
like.
What does it look like?
It looks like a I don't know, like a building, like a skyscraper.
It's like a little skyscraper that stacks shit on the shelves.
Does it have like limbs, like arms? and
No,
stuff?
I don't think it even stacks anything. Will it
just looks at it.
I think it checks. I think it checks, scans prices, and also it also apparently just all it does is check for like spills or something, and then alerts humans to come.
Did it seem sentient?
It's called Marty. Its name is Marty.
It sounds terrifying.
Was it aware?
It's in Massachusetts. Apparently, they're on it. Like, there's a bunch of them in these stores.
They got more than just the one Marty.
Yeah. They got more than one Marty. They cost
yeah.
like $35,000, and they just get in your way as you shop, and they'll dress it up on holidays. Like, here comes Marty for St. Patrick's Day. He's all in green, and like for it's like a fucking gimmick basically.
It's like trying to be helpful, so it purposely knocks shit out of your hands. There's a spill here. It's like causing problems.
Exactly.
I will pay a bounty.
People probably
I'll pay a
spill
bounty
it.
for Marty's head.
Yeah.
But it's $35,000. So, but anyway, this kind of shit. Just
$600.
Stop spitting on food, people. You don't have superpowers, and it's very rude.
It is rude.
Very rude.
Incredibly rude. I mean, like, this guy's 65. He should know better than that.
You should know better than that. Yeah, I mean,
People are losing.
They're
People
losing
are
it, right?
losing their minds.
They are, Mark. They're
No,
fucking
that's
losing
the
their
fucking
mind.
age, man.
So, guys, stay inside. And while you are staying inside, learning all those new skills, I know you're learning, like losing all that weight, getting healthy, and lots of sleep. Hop on over to predicted.org/promo/hardfactor20 to start making some money on these idiots. Had you known Wisconsin was a bunch of morons, and we're going to go through with this primary primary, you could have made a shit ton of money. It's simple.
Hey, which many members of the Hive did predict.
Yeah,
So
I mean, it was
many listeners got made a pretty penny on that.
Yeah, it was over a triple up to where it was at one point, probably even more. It's simple. Will take you a max of 15, 20 minutes to become an expert at how to trade, how the markets work. Read our blogs, DM us for help, and get a free $20 when you sign up. Predicted.org/promo/hardfactor20. You can't bet on sports. You can only masturbate so many times a day. You got some time to kill, so try it out. It's fantastic.
I've found, though, that if you stay up late, you can do it one more time a day.
You can increase the amount of times, yeah.
If you sleep less.
And you feel so good about yourself when you masturbate multiple times a day. You don't feel like a fucking loser at all.
No, not at all.
Nope, you're just looking around at your mess.
Yeah.
You now have a pile that you got to clean up of stuff.
Looking at just building that tissue.
I found that eating fast food right before or after masturbating, it makes you feel even better.
Mm-hmm.
It's the classic.
I like to do it during.
Combo.
I'm gonna get better.
Wash it down with a nice cold cigarette. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Let's move on to more about politics, but this time it's fun. The Biden blooper reel rolls on. Guys, I have tried to stay away from making fun of Joe Biden and his endless bloopers. I know I was probably the main guy back when Joe first started taking over. I was very pissed about the Super Tuesday switch because I just felt like it was
Cost
bullshit.
us money too, yeah.
Yeah, it cost me money. I was mad about it, so I was making fun of Joe constantly for always every day. He fucks up when he's talking. So, anyways, guys, I've tried to slow down on all of that, Biden blooper talk. But have you seen the new shit, guys?
Yeah.
Have you seen what's going on?
Yeah, we've done a good job of laying off of it for a couple weeks, but please proceed.
Yeah.
So I haven't, and I've been as hard as you've been trying to not get into Biden with the bloopers. I've been trying twice as hard. I feel like, so I'm excited to hear.
Yeah.
This is fresh to me.
Good.
Can we play it? Can we play it for the?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna play it. I got the sound clip.
Excellent.
So first, there was this video that Wes tweeted out the other day, and I saw it. I didn't even know what to think because it was just so insane. So let me get this going here.
We cannot let this. We've never allowed any crisis from the Civil War straight through to the pandemic of 17, all the way around 16. We have never let our democracy take second fiddle. We can both have a democracy and elections and at the same time correct the public health. We cannot let.
Whoa.
So do we know that that's undoctored? That's the first question I'm gonna ask.
Undoctored. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Fuck.
So
That is.
he was
That's
trying.
him. Yeah.
Yeah, he was trying to talk about the 1918 Spanish flu, right? Because he mentioned the Civil War, which was in the 1860s.
Civil
right?
War. So
Or
he
18,
went. I got it typed out here.
Yeah.
He went from we cannot let this. We've never allowed any crisis from the Civil War
Right.
straight through to the pandemic of 17.
So that's backwards. He went backwards.
No. I think he meant 2017 SARS.
No
Right?
chance.
Or H1N1.
No chance.
I think he did.
No
Was that a
fucking
pandemic
chance.
or an epidemic?
All the way around.
He just
I
threw
think
out a
he
number.
did.
I think he just threw out a number.
All the way around 16, which is just nowhere. We have never let our democracy sakes second fiddle. Not take, sakes second fiddle. Way they, which is just nowhere. We can both have a democracy and correct the public health.
I feel like he's talking about the 1918 Spanish flu when he said 1700s, and then he realized that was the wrong century, so then his brain told him to say 16, which is the 1600s, and he kept going in the wrong direction for centuries.
Your guess is as good as any other, though, unfortunately, because it's so convoluted, you can't really tell what he's trying to say.
I mean, I get what he was trying to say, but the end
essence,
sentence,
the
the end
essence.
sentence is all you need to know.
Right,
You know?
the end
Yeah.
sentence.
Yeah.
Correct. He got his
like-
point through at the end.
Yeah.
It's like there's
Yeah.
a dog in his brain chasing its tail. Like, but also there's some regional colloquialisms I think he used there. Will, what was the middle?
Sakes second.
Sakes.
Yeah, sakes is a
second
Delaware. That's a
fiddle.
Delaware saying.
That's Delaware. They say sakes instead of take. Yeah.
Yes.
That's
You
classic
know what?
Delaware.
So, like, dude, this is what fucking sucks so much about the right doctoring that one video from the Michigan rally he had, because it's like, if Joe's losing his mind, Joe's losing his fucking mind. Like, it pissed me off so much when people start doctoring footage. That thing that Trump tweeted, it then kind of takes away the legitimacy of people like actually seeing Joe fuck up real bad.
No, but that wasn't doctored to. That was just cut short. It wasn't. He
I
bumbled.
watched
He bumbled. He definitely bumbled like a fucking idiot.
Undoubtedly, but he bumbled like any other human would, and then he recovered. It wasn't like this.
I don't know.
Honestly,
I promise you.
At this point, I don't fucking care. I don't fucking care what he says or who wins what. Like,
Well,
I don't
Mark-
care. I don't
Mark-
care who's president. I
Well-
don't care
well,
who
Mark-
does what.
well,
I don't
Mark-
give a flying fuck. Let's get through all this COVID shit.
Mark-
and I don't care.
Mark, then you won't care about this next part. So
Yeah.
you can just laugh.
more?
Our incredible helper Patricia, she sent this one in. Dr. Jill Biden, Joe's wife, on Sunday clarified that the Bidens have 6 grandchildren. This was after Joe had said they had 5 on Jimmy Fallon last week. But they appear to be leaving out at least one of Hunter's 2 last children. The latest being the one he's in a paternity suit for in Arkansas, where he is indeed been tested and confirmed to be the father by DNA. So you got to wonder here, what really is going on?
Well, run that
with
back
the
for me one
mental
more time.
agility, because they have 7 grandkids biologically. They're claiming
that's
5
easy-
one
that's
week
easy
and
one.
6 the next.
That's an easy one. They should have said 6 the whole time. They're in a legal battle, so they can't claim that 7th one just yet.
Right.
It's a,
No,
it's
no,
a
it
biologically confirmed
I'm
grandchild.
I'm joking.
Look,
Yeah.
forgetting the illegitimate one is something that my family's been doing for hundreds of years, and that's normal. But it doesn't sound like it was just forgetting the illegitimate one.
Right. No, it was before. It was the ones after the first marriages. So that it sounds like Joe was only counting the 5 original grandchildren.
This is a Catholic thing, Will. This is a Catholic thing. You wouldn't understand it.
I guess so. I mean, it seems like to me, where there's smoke, there's fire. Probably about people not being able to talk.
Yeah.
And potentially having issues behind the scenes. But maybe I don't know. Maybe he's totally fine. And all
know who
these,
else couldn't talk well?
every time when you can't talk, it's just like, well, that's just you can't. That's just the president. You just can't.
Stephen
talk.
Hawking.
That's-
Stephen Hawking couldn't talk, and he invented the universe.
Who cares?
Well, it's just
Who cares about any of this?
It is ridiculous they want to put him up there against Trump. That's the main thing.
It's all
Yeah.
Got
it's
slaughtered.
All, it's all a comedy, guys.
Yeah, you only count the kids that were born into the first marriage.
Hey, you guys know when like big events happen or someone becomes like ultra famous and people start naming their kids after these people or events or cities they conceived in? You know what I'm
Yes.
talking about? You know where I'm
Like
going
Brooklyn.
with this?
I think so.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're on it. You're on it.
Somebody's gonna name their kid Lockdown.
It's like when you meet
Similar.
someone named Reagan, you know that their parents were probably 80s Republicans.
That's right.
Lockdown. Turn up. Is that the name of the kid?
Apparently close. Apparently, a couple in the Indian state of Chhattisgarh have named their newborn twins Corona and COVID.
Oh, that's fucking sad.
Yeah. It's a twin boy and girl, so fraternal twins that were born on March 27th, so well into the time where everyone in the world knew how serious the virus was. And also 3 days after India itself went on a nationwide lockdown, so it wasn't like they knew how bad it was. Those kids are going to need nicknames or middle names, right, guys?
Is this like a contest?
No, Pat.
It's like a news station thing in India. Like who can name their kids the worst thing?
Do you want to hear their reasoning?
Yes.
Okay. Kind of, yeah. I mean, not really. If they name their kids that, who fucking cares what their opinion is? The delivery happened after facing several difficulties, and therefore, my husband and I wanted to make the day memorable. Preeti Verma said, who's a 27-year-old idiot mother. Her husband rushed her to the hospital on a motorcycle when they found out she was giving birth, and apparently that was the beginning of their nightmare delivery. So she's just going on a motorcycle while giving birth. Not a great start. And then the husband says, besides, these names are beautiful in their own right. Corona is Latin for crown. That's what Vinay Verma said. He didn't get into what COVID's Latin for.
Yeah. No. Actually, they're just naming their kids after pains in the asses because it was a terrible birth.
Yeah. So they have to take that name for life, a global pandemic, and then also reminded that their mother, hated the birth and the whole process.
That's the worst explanation ever.
Yeah. Not great.
Was the girl COVID or the boy COVID?
I don't know.
Hopefully the boy was COVID, right?
You think?
Co-
'cause
Corona-
COVID
Yeah,
could be
Corona
COVID
for
sounds
crown.
more manly than Corona.
COVID could be a badass. Like, you want COVID on your soccer team. Like, remember when you used to get the roster and you didn't know who the
That's
kids
true.
were?
If it wasn't for COVID-19, COVID would be an awesome name.
Oh, bro, and he has his number already assigned.
COVID's
like, you know
a
he's
truce,
serious
yeah.
about
Pretty
athletics.
pretty awesome how you never have to guess about what's your favorite number.
Tough luck for him. Tough luck.
That's true. Pretty awkward though if he gets on a team and someone else has 19 already. You know what I mean?
COVID's
Oh,
not
that
gonna,
COVID's gotta
he's
knock
gonna
him out.
beat the shit out of him.
Yeah, you got to beat him up.
Yeah.
Only way to go.
You think you're allowed to go over to COVID and Corona's house though when you're little? Like, hey, can I go over to COVID and Corona's?
No.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I don't think you're allowed to
Also-
go over.
If COVID
No.
went into porn, COVID would do well, probably longer than most porn stars do well in porn, because just Googling, people want that number. The 19, 19's hot in porn. Even when you're older, you're still
Oh,
COVID-19.
I see what you mean.
I have a feeling these kids are going to grow up angry. India's not the only place getting in on ruining their children's lives by naming them after a global pandemic, though. In the Philippines, one woman named her child, born on March 18th, COVID Rose. And then another woman named their child born around March 15th, based on the social media posts, COVID Bryant.
COVID Bryant?
Yeah.
A mixture of Kobe
Yeah.
and COVID-19?
Yeah, that's correct.
Whoa.
COVID Bryant. Those kids are going to have a lot of stress and pain in their lives.
That's a mental pretzel of a name right there.
COVID
Bryant.
So last name Titanic. Jesus.
Yeah, COVID Titanic Bryant. That's the
It's
middle
like
name.
they're
Is that
a
like an
meme
English
from
thing,
early
though? Like-
2020, and like that's their. Yeah.
Where like you see the photos from China where like the shirt says an English word, but it really says like "suck my clit," and they think is
Yeah.
that was that what's going on over there with COVID Bryant?
They gave him ironic tattoos. Yes, Pat. They told
She
him
just picked
they're
two
gonna
words.
they're gonna tell COVID Bryant his name is like Siddhartha something else, and
Well,
then
It doesn't matter. It sounds like there's gonna be a lot of people named COVID soon.
Yeah.
If you have dreams of little COVID
Yeah.
Bryant making it over to America,
I'm sure it's happened already in Florida and some other places. We just got to dig a little deeper.
Yep.
But guys, these kids are going to have a lot of stress and pain in their lives, and living with chronic pain is the worst. It's more than a feeling of discomfort. It can affect your whole life. Many of our listeners probably have some type of pain that has prevented them from relaxing and sleeping or stopped them from exercising. Perhaps it's been ongoing for a few weeks now and hasn't improved with any of the treatments they've tried, huh? I know I've gotten shin splints in the past recently too, and it's basically my whole life, and it's not something you want to have when you're trying to do cardio. It's very painful. So this is what I needed. If you're looking to get rid of nagging muscle and joint pain immediately while providing long-lasting recovery, then you need to try the natural breakthrough pain relief solution Cryo Freeze CBD roll-on developed by Omax Health. This non-prescription
Cryo freeze.
exactly. That's what I think when I fucking read that.
dude.
This
Also, Omax and Cryo Freeze, way better fucking names. These people need to, in these foreign countries, need to start shifting up their name into their children.
Omax.
Omax. Oh, such a good name.
Omax is way better than COVID.
I'm going to name my kid Omax. This non-prescription triple action pain relief roll-on is specifically formulated to block pain receptors, reduce inflammation, and improve muscle and joint flexibility. The best part is this 100% natural CBD-powered remedy works its magic within 10 minutes, that's fucking quick, of application, and relief lasts up to 8 hours. Much longer than the over-the-counter products that compete with it. I just roll it on my shins and calves in the morning, guys, if I'm going to work out or I worked out the previous day, and that's that. Set it and forget it. Omax Health is offering Hard Factor listeners 20% off a full bottle of Cryo-Free CBD pain relief roll-on plus free shipping. This discount also applies towards any product site-wide. Just go on to omaxhealth.com today and enter code FACTOR. That's OMAXhealth.com and enter code FACTOR to get 20% off Cryo Freeze and anything site-wide. So go look at the products reviews if you don't trust me here. They have 95% 5-star ratings, page after page after page of them. If you have pain that won't go away, then you qualify for Omax Cryo Freeze. Simply roll it over where it hurts and ice out the pain. No messy creams or horrible fragrances like some of those other products. Cryo Freeze works within 10 minutes of application, improving physical training, recovery, and performance. So go to omaxhealth.com. What's up? Oh, shit. Well, go ahead.
Sorry, give them the URL right after this. It's the CBD. roll-ons, the topical, I find that to be some of the most effective way to take CBD. And it really, like, I think CBD rubs, especially like the Omax Cryo Freeze, there's the best. But CBD rubs are so good, so good for.
Yeah, you've been talking about those for a while.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, you're right. You're fucking right. So go to Omax, go to omaxhealth.com and enter code FACTOR to get 20% off Cryo Freeze and site-wide other products. I'm telling you, this product is the real deal. So go to omaxhealth.com and enter FACTOR and get 20% off and site-wide.
You know, the ladies their ears are perking up when someone comes in and it's like, yeah, my cousin Omax might swim by later.
Omax is that. That's a powerful.
Omax is going to have a real tough time hanging on to his virginity.
It's tough for Omax. It's gone at 14 for him.
Yeah.
All right, guys, let's get into some voicemails. What do we say, huh?
Yeah.
Let's do this first, motherfucker. Ready? I said ready?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Ready. Yeah, it's just taking me a minute. Sorry.
You unplug your headphones?
It was.
We got a whole. It's very.
Hey, fellas. I am not going to tell you where I'm from or who I am, because I'm going to call in again with legitimate things, but just saw the chicks at the office, or in the office, in Oregon softball, little parody that you folks did. Loved it. Wes, I'm a straight man with two kids and a happily married wife. But goddamn, son, do you clean up nice. All right, boys. Have a blessed day and go on.
All right.
He really dug into how heterosexual he is before.
I'm blushing.
Well, Wes, I mean, you
about-
did look good. You got to send. Well, we don't have name and location on that guy, but you got to send him the unedited cut.
I've got
The
a
one where
picture. I've got a. If you DM me, and I've got a nice picture that I will send you.
Yeah.
And as long as you promise to never contact me ever again.
I don't know. You two could be dangerous together because this whole thing was your idea and you were very passionate about it.
Well, I thought it would be funny.
Yes,
I thought it was funny.
It was funny.
It was, but your like inspiration.
What was it first?
You
What was it
were
first?
like the voicemail version of trying to get that creative project out there. So I believe you two are
Yes.
very It's a
Yeah.
piece
So
of
yeah,
pod.
for those of you guys who don't know or didn't see the video, Oregon girls softball did this TikTok video where they like, we're ugly, and then they dressed up and they were pretty after makeup.
I don't think they're saying they're.
No,
ugly.
they weren't
No.
ugly, Pat.
They were
I
saying.
don't know.
They were saying.
They're saying this work. This is play.
Yeah.
I think it was more
And,
like,
and I could take
you
your
think-
man even though I'm an athlete.
right.
Oh,
yeah.
they were saying you
Yeah.
think we're not pretty because we're athletes,
right.
Well, yeah,
But
I mean,
we dress
it's
up
not like-
nice.
We're just as pretty as you, and more
Right.
athletic, and more ambitious. And
more
we
of
will
a
take,
shit talking.
We'll take your man.
Right. It's a positive image thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think.
So we spoofed that.
Yeah.
Where we got in
Yes.
drag, and Wes engineered it. Okay, so the reason that I was spitting up blood in mine is because I saw what Wes did in his first, which was really over the line. Which then he cut the end out, and I was very surprised we didn't keep that in.
No, the ending was always
if you
a joke.
if you had followed the text threads, it was
Actually,
a
it
joke.
said the ending is a joke. I'm clearly going to change this.
Yeah. The
it
text
said
threads.
that actually right there.
Yeah, it did.
So
It was
So
very
you're-
Wes.
Your excuses, no good. But yeah, that was very offensive. What I did, we won't share. But it was funny for
Okay,
you
Wes.
guys.
Well,
But the guy who left the voicemail, DM West, you might get to see what.
Ooh.
Pat
it was the
and
shade
Wes
of
were talking
lipstick, I
about.
think. Whatever shade of lipstick that was. It's very sexual.
Hot
All right,
pink.
next one.
Look nice.
Thank you, though. I appreciate the compliment.
Hey, boys, it's Confused Kyle again. Always not preparing for these messages, but little update on my freelance work that you guys signed me up for. Thank you, by the way. Mark, I DM'd you and got nothing back. I need to know your last name because I can't find you any goddamn where on the Wikipedia website. Also, Pat, your Wikipedia, I tried to update like you asked me to. They said that it was damaging to you, so they wouldn't let me change it. But have a great fucking day.
Thank you, Kyle. Thank
Thanks,
you, Kyle.
Kyle.
On behalf of Pat and Mark, thank you. I see Mark is trying to check
I'm
his
trying to
Wikipedia
find
right
it.
now.
I'm trying to find this DM.
Confused Kyle is like a master level Wikipedia editor, and he's the one that killed me, brought me back to life. And I've been trying to get Mark a Wikipedia forever, and Kyle's, I guess, been trying, but he can't figure it out. And it's such fucking bullshit that I can't. I asked Kyle to make me an airline rights advocate and tell my Delta story on my Wikipedia, but I guess they say it's damaging to me. That
Yeah,
I'll be the judge of that.
I'll find it. My last name is Borghi, Borghi.
He may be on there somewhere.
He's on there, bro. And that's going to do it for Hard Factor. Thank you guys so much for listening. Hey, I know I said yesterday on yesterday's show that we would get to you about your chug videos and what we're going to be doing with them when, but that didn't happen because we had a big interview with John McAfee that we taped today or yesterday or whatever. But today, the episode you're listening to today, later on today, we will have a DM to you explaining how we're going to put all your fantastic chug videos to good use this weekend in some sort of competition-based situation, most likely against Big Ounce.
Or by Thursday.
And
or it's a team boat race.
Just
Don't
hang
hold
in
us
there.
too much because we got a lot of stuff coming up. So.
But we're getting them, and they're fucking awesome, and you guys can drink beer a lot faster than we thought that you could.
I haven't been surprised because when you put out a call to the Hive for the best chugs, you're going to get the best chugs out of the Hive, and we've seen some impressive chugs.
We've gotten about 20 submissions, and I'm scared about 15 of them.
It's bad. But
I'm
we're going to do
glad.
something Friday or
Glad I'm not
Saturday with you guys in
Hive
some
is
way,
strong.
shape, or form. So hang in there. McAfee video will be out hopefully later on this week. It's a long interview. It's fucking nuts, but it's going to be awesome, guys. Hey, by the way, Lockdown Turn Up shirts have shipped, and they are fucking fantastic. If you're watching this on YouTube or Facebook, you can look over in Wes's corner of the screen and see how beautiful these things are. Wes, did you say that they're textured a little bit?
The lettering is raised like a fine business card would be.
It's like embossed.
Yeah, they're embossed, so
Rubberized.
They're rubberized. They're high quality. They're worth it.
Anyway, guys, so the shirts are in, so now you can actually get your shirt and show us how you're turning up during lockdown. All the proceeds of this shirt goes to benefit Meals on Wheels, an organization that we all know what they do, but they desperately need funding right now because they are overwhelmed and their services can't be exacted in the way that they should be, as lots of other services are during this corona bullshit. Anyway, guys, that's about it. Anyone have anything else?
Well, we guarantee sex to anyone named Omax wearing that T-shirt.
That's true. And by the way, to anyone that demonstrates or produces a birth certificate to us with the name Omax, we will throw a baby shower for your child. It's on us.
Yeah.
It's 2 round trip airplane tickets. It's probably going to be at my house, but we will throw the party if you can give us Omax. It's a Hard Factor party. All you can do is name your baby
travel
Omax.
to them for that?
We can come to you too.
Just remember that if you do this, it's going to be great for the short term, but 14 years later, and then for the next 20 years, there's probably going to be a lot of grandchildren to pay for.
That's true.
A lot.
But with an alpha name like Omax, it's pretty much your retirement plan. Omax is going to take care of you when you're old and decrepit. Thanks for listening to Hard Factor. Most importantly, have a great fucking day.
Oh, yeah!